The start of the second half, the Class Double D championship, and well, I tell you, coaches save special speeches for special halftime situations, but neither coach had that special speech. I'm sure today they I'm sure gave a speech that neither of them planned on giving.
Yeah, I think Coach Clement on the Pittsford side said, gentlemen, just keep on doing what we've been doing. We're doing fine, 33 points. Everything's going just the way they planned. You don't need to tell your kids much. They're doing excellent. And then on the other side, Maple City right now, Coach Hollenbeck saying, guys, you made it this far. You should be proud. You keep playing hard. You keep your heads up. Nothing cheap, nothing dirty. You just play football the Maple City way. And you come out of here with your heads high and be proud.
Look at some of the Pittsford crowd. And
now look at these guys. Now look at this guy here. He has no chest. He has no chest. And he has no chest. But they all got the bellies right in here, see? That's the thing. That's the problem. Now look at these guys. Now what's this hat here? He's inside. What's that all about? I don't know.
I got the feeling these guys were like this last week outside in the semifinals, too.
Yeah, I don't think the weather would deter him one bit. But I tell you what, right now, they're probably three of the happiest guys in here because I saw PHS on their chest, and that's for Pittsford, and things are going just the way they planned.
Well, the Lakers at least will get the second half kickoff. Mikowski has had a couple of nice returns. He won't get a chance on this one as this one goes out of bounds. And in high school ball, you do not have the option of a re-kick. Be taken out at the 35-yard line. Well, let's check it here. Wait a minute. They're going to re-kick it.
Dead ball, illegal procedure. They're going to re-kick. 5-yard penalty.
Interesting. I think they called a penalty before the kick actually occurred.
We're going to get a look here. Hopefully, we've got a re-kick going on. But we're going to look. I tried pointing out earlier in the day, Rick, there's a new state rule in the high school, for the Michigan high school football, where you used to have 5 men up on the line of scrimmage. And now they've let it. You only have to have 4, which enables more people to get back into the wedge, and Maple City utilizes this. If we get a chance later, we're going to try to have a look at that. But right now, we'll get ready for the re-kick.
Mike Bump, who had a terrific first half, bangs it away. Coming back to J.T. Musselman, who bobbles and then recovers. A flag comes in, and Musselman runs out of room. Boy, he's met over there. Sideline by a big 62, Todd Brasher, who had a terrific first half.
We're going to look at the penalty here. It's going to be a clip, and it's as far as officials go, it's a no-brainer. This is about as obvious of a clip as you'll ever see. He goes right, just right in. It's going to be down in this area in here. We're going to look. It's going to come down. Oh, wait, first we're going to take a look at it. You got 1, 2, 3, 4. You only have to have 4 guys up front now.
Well, that
in the
settles
front row.
one bet.
Yeah, that's. Well, once again, you're wrong, Rick, but you only need 4, which helps set up the wedge. But you're going to see the clip down in this area, right in the middle of the back.
During the return, we had a clip.
Right there. It was pretty obvious. He just hit the guy right from behind. So that's really a good call. That's like I said, for an official, that's a no-brainer. It's right in front of him. The guy hits him right in the back. Deuce just told we're going to have a nice close-up of the clip right here. That's not. I don't think that's unless we get it late. No, I don't think that's the one we were looking for, but there definitely was a clip on the play.
Let's see if the Lakers can get something going on their initial possession of this second half. Keeping it on the option, Brian Maurer, the sophomore quarterback, they never did get him down. He didn't get any yards, but
well, they got him where they needed to, out of bounds.
Maurer, the sophomore, threw for over 1,100 yards this year.
But what a future this Glen Lake team. You know, right now they're down 33-0. But Rick, we looked at the roster with only 8 seniors. I think only 7 of them are actually starting. You're going to have a lot of people coming back, and you got a sophomore quarterback who has an outstanding job for you this year. So the future still is bright for Glen Lake.
Second down and long for the Lakers. Inside handoff to Jeff Mikowski. And
Glen Lake's come out in the second half. Looking at their formation, they've widened their splits a little bit. across the front, trying to create some natural seams for their running back. That time it was just a little inside trap, but it wasn't there. There's a quick look at Coach Hollenbeck.
Signal comes into the plays. Garvin brings it into his quarterback. Now 3rd down and 8 for the Lakers. They split out Garvin and Flaska. Looking left, the ball deflected and incomplete. Just getting a piece of the pass. Mike Bump, he's been everywhere.
He's been everywhere on offense, on defense, and he's an excellent player, total package.
61 Mike Bump has just had a tremendous high school football game. 51 make that, 51, my apologies. You'll watch him deflected here.
Get some good penetration inside, right in the face. Actually got his hand on the arm of Maurer, making the pass come up way short, setting up a 4th down and 8. You see him come from the right defensive end spot. He makes an inside pass rush move.
Punt away to Josh Hartman right at the midfield stripe, and he's got a wall. There was a huge block over there by one of the Wildcats.
I'll tell you what, I think it's Jeff Mikowski. Absolutely gets ear hold on the sideline. That's an expression where you say where you're turning, all of a sudden you turn back to make the play, and the guy's right there in your face and just drills you.
Might have been Salazar who delivered the block, I'm not sure.
But once again, great field position for Pittsford on the 33-yard line of Glen Lake.
It's Nick Salazar, the way that Draper's thrown the football. We haven't really had a chance to see all the talents of this young man who's rushed for 1,700, and he's off to the races with his first carry here. He's going to take it home.
Well, Rick, you always get your wish. You said we haven't had a chance to see the talents. And he's a wonderful run by Nick Salazar from 33 yards out, breaking about 3 different tackles.
Boy, Salazar on a quick handoff. Good blocking initially, and after about 8 yards, he does his own thing. Look at this.
Look. Nice run by Salazar. He broke about 4 different tackles on the play. They're lining up the kick here for the extra point. As soon as Rick Berkey says that we haven't had a chance to really appreciate the talents of Nick Salazar, he gives him a small taste. A 33-yard touchdown run.
Out of Grabowski's hold, Dickey's conversion is dead center, and it's now 40 points for Pittsburgh. So we'll take a break, come back with a kickoff. One of your sponsors is the United Dairy Industry of Michigan.
It's time for a look back at Michigan high school sports history with a front row flashback. In the 92 Class A championship, Reese Puffer trails Walled Lake Western late in the game. Then the Rockets pull off the flea flicker. Quarterback Jeff Zietlow launching the Hail Mary that's tipped and picked up by flanker Stacy Starr, who then waltzes into the end zone with the winning score. The Reese Puffer Rockets take home the trophy as the 92 Class A champions.
The mystery of the blinking rings. And now, my finest illusion. Voila! Empty! Thank you! Thank you very much. Thank you. Oh, no, please don't get up. You're too kind. Thank you. It's not necessary for you to...
Got milk.
Ow!
Here we're going to get a look at the touchdown by this young man right here. He's just going to take it up in here and work his way through. But let's keep an eye on all the tackles that he breaks right here. As he gets the ball, he makes a nice little cutback. Here's number 1 he breaks. And there's number 2, the official. This guy here can't even tackle him. There's number 3. Last 4, breaks 4 tackles and shows some excellent speed into the end zone. But you know you're having a day, Rick, when you break 3 tackles and also the official tries to tackle you and he can't even get you down. Let's look right here.
He almost lost the football there. I didn't notice that the first couple times.
Yeah, it did a nice job, though. Nick Salazar. There's 17 carries, 161 yards, and 3 TDs. And he's such a quiet runner. because he's accumulated 161 yards, and like we said, we didn't think he really had seen the best of Nick Salas. Already had 130 yards. We didn't even realize that he had that many yards.
Short kick coming down near the 20, and it will go out of bounds. Musselman did the right thing there for the Lakers as it jumped out of the field of play.
Looking back at some of the halftime stats, Rick, I'm looking at the net rushing yards, and the Lakers had only 9 yards. And when you're a veer option team and you only rush for 9 yards and a half, you're in big trouble.
Only 37 total yards for the Lakers. Procedure call against Pittsford on the kickoff, declined. I believe it's declined. I don't know if they've made a decision yet.
First and 10.
Well, it's when it's kicked out of bounds is the procedure call, and it's set on the 35-yard line.
On the dive back, Mikowski gets some yardage off the left side. Finally brought down by Rob Draper, but 22 Jeff Mikowski, a senior running back, over 1,000 yards and 7 yards per carry. And here, that's just about what he got on this carry into the line. That give him 8. Here's the toss to Mikowski. Oh! Jamie LaFollette, 72, looked like he knew what play was coming.
And he absolutely engulfs him. There he is, a 6'2", 204-pound senior. Great penetration, excuse me, by Jamie. He moves up the field here. The toss. The ball gets there, and Jamie gets there and just absolutely swallows Mikowski up. Here we go right here. You're going to see the penetration inside right here. So we get the toss to here. He's trying to go wide, but like I said, the ball and the penetration. When you design that play, you design it that you don't think that guy can get there even if he isn't blocked.
Good pressure. Maurer still scrambling. And he'll be run out of bounds. Bumped out by Kevin Dickey. And Maurer might be shaken up at the Glen Lake bench. They've got him on his feet now. Let's see if Brian's okay. It'll be a 4th and long and punting situation. You know, we mentioned LaFollette, who made the play prior to this last one. He's a pretty good punter. But guess what? We haven't seen it because they haven't punted the football today.
I don't think he punted a lot this year.
Yeah.
Not the way this offense goes.
There's a look at a familiar face on the sideline there.
That's Gary Hogaboom, former Central Michigan Chippewa quarterback. I think he ended up with the Indianapolis Colts, or I'm not sure where Gary ended his career. Uh-oh.
Oh, a bad snap.
Punt it anyways.
Get rid of it, young man.
Punt it.
He's going to throw it. Well, not a bad effort there by Scott Bunning. He was running for his life back there.
There's a flag down from where Bunning threw the ball.
63, Scott Bunning.
Might have been an eligible receiver downfield.
Well, Bunning a little bigger than most punters. I liked what he did there. He did a good job eluding the would-be punt blocker, and then at least tried to make something happen. He had no chance.
No, I don't think Michael Jordan could have got that one. That was about 3 feet over his head. You can see he's kind of looking to get it off, but with bump right in his face there, he can't get it off.
Personal foul on the defense. We're going to replay 4th down.
Oh, the penalty actually was on the defense.
So they negated. There was a clip also. So the 2 penalties, weren't able to hear the first one, but there was a clip on the offense, a personal foul on the defense. So we'll redo it. And Scott Bunning, I think his quarterback days are over. I think he hopes so.
I think he might be sucking air right now. He just ran about 40 yards chasing the ball and trying to get it off.
He threw the home run ball, but I guess if you want the home run ball, don't try Bunning. Oh. This time, Bunning will be punting to Josh Hartman.
You got the wall set up.
still on his feet down the sideline near the 44.
You know what? This Pittsford team, Rick, not only is their offense impressive, their defense is impressive, but their special teams today, the plays they've made on the returns today have been wonderful. They just, time after time, put themselves in excellent field position. They never deep. Here it is, the catch right here. He's trying to get to the wall. He finally does. They have a right return set up, and he picks up another 10 yards, breaks a tackle. There's JT there on the spot. Johnny on the spot to knock him out of bounds.
On first down, room for Laws to run, and Joe Laws, the junior, just tripped up by Brian Maurer, but Joe Laws, again, don't forget this backfield, Laws and Salazar, both juniors.
Let's take a look inside here. Some excellent line blocking by Pittsford, opening up a hole. And like I said earlier, every now and then you got to feed that big fullback to keep him happy, so he keeps blocking for your tailback, Salazar. Well, come on, split backs this time.
Off the left side for about 5.
Get a look at this. It's just nothing but a straight ahead play. It's a straight dive to Salazar. The line is just blocking base, man on man, and he just gets into a seam with his quicks. Here's a stat for Salazar. 3 rushing TDs is a Class D finals record. Like we point out in the first half, Rick, we may see quite a few records broken before this game is over.
It's been a dream game for Pittsford. Unfortunately, a nightmare for Glen Lake, but still got time to get on the scoreboard. Salazar hit after a couple yards. They'll drop him 3 yards short of the first down. Bring up a 3rd and 3.
In a game like this also, we're not going to get a chance maybe to see to the extent of Rob Draper's talents, because I don't think you're going to see the ball in the air too much in the remainder of this game. Let's watch this, carrying out the fake. This is why, as a quarterback, they tell you, carry out your fakes, and then you carry them out and you get rocked. And it's kind of hard to convince these kids after they hand the ball off to carry out their fakes when they're getting smacked every time.
Out of the eye, they will toss to Salazar. Oh, is he hammered? Oh, my goodness.
Mr. Dunlap.
Nick Dunlap, who had a big hit earlier, had a huge one there. All 255 of him. And now, for the first time today,
Wow.
Jamie LaFollette will punt it away.
You saw some physics there. 255 hitting 155. 155 goes backwards. Not that I actually took physics in high school, right? I'm just pointing that out.
Corey Flaska and Jeff Makowski back to receive from LaFollette, and they almost block it. In fact, they got part of it. Gets a favorable roll. Look at this. Look at this. Tell you how are things going for Pittsford. They have a punt partially blocked, and it rolls down near the 1 yard line.
We're going to get another look at this punt. The reason the official does an excellent job on this, he's right on top of it on the punt, and right away he starts indicating, we'll see the punt right here, that it is partially deflected. And if a ball is partially deflected, there's Dunlap just gets a piece of it because he is run into. Now we can't see the official is right over in the bottom part of your screen, but he comes right away and starts indicating. Let's get a look at this guy right here. Watch him when he comes in. He'll indicate right away. We'll see the pressure coming from the just off the left side. The official starts indicating, we can't quite see it, but he indicates that it was touched.
Can you believe the bad luck of Glen Lake here? They partially block a punt, and what do they get for a reward? Starting from their own 1.
When it rains, it pours sometimes.
Five minutes to go in the third quarter. A bobbled snap in the end zone, and it's another score for the Wildcats. Guess who? Mr. Bump.
I think right now Glen Lake, the coaching staff as well as the players are just kind of hoping that we can get this thing going as quick as we can, because at 47-0, This game has long been decided. And right now, here we're going to get another look at it. Good penetration. What makes this go is this young man right here. He's crabbing right inside every time at the nose, which means he's going underneath the nose man, gets penetration, forces the fumble.
Attempting the point after touchdown, number 51, Mike Bump.
So now they will switch up a little bit. Mike Bump will attempt the extra point instead of Kevin Dickey. Snap, the kick, and that one's good. So Bump scores the touchdown and adds the conversion. That's what's scary about these Wildcats. As good as they are, a lot of them are back next year. Salazar and Laws, the backfield mates, are both juniors. Nick Grabowski, a sophomore.
Oh, my Lord.
We got another pretty talented sophomore that we'll see before the day's done. Andy Town, a running back, who's just biding his time behind Salazar and Laws. We saw Andy Town on the opening kick return of the game.
Yeah, they got tremendous speed for a Class C for almost any class. Looking at a team with great speed. I was talking to Jerry Svengros, a longtime coach up at Escanaba and now part of the MHSSA board of directors, and he was pointing out that what speed and how hard it is to combat when you're trying to defend a team. And when you get a Class D high school, you just don't get the athletes with that type of speed. And Pittsford has it this year, and Coach Clement has done a wonderful job of utilizing it. See Mike Bump getting set to kick off one more time. And many more kicks. His legs are going to be getting a little bit sore here today. Hopefully Maple City can get a drive together, get some confidence to these young kids so they can get ready for next year. They're starting to build on the future.
Good boot to Chris Garvin. Garvin, nice return out across the 30-yard line. I'll correct myself. That was Corey Flaska, number 8. Sorry, Corey, you had a nice return.
Well, if you're Glen Lake, you're building for the future, Rick. You're trying to leave a good taste in these young kids' mouth for next year. And the thing you're going to highlight when this game is done, you're going to get in the locker room. You're going to say, "Look where you are, gentlemen. So you just got 47-0, whatever the score may end up, but you're here." And how many other teams are not here? You've done yourself proud to get this far. You've done the community proud. And keep your heads high, and let's look for next year and keep the young kids ready and get a good off-season program to get back at it.
A little confusion on the sideline because somebody's not out there for the Lakers. You know, videotapes of this year's MHSAA football finals are available for purchase through Advanced Video Service in Columbiaville. Each game is $24. May be ordered by writing Advanced Video Service, 5547 Columbiaville Road, Columbiaville, 48421. Allow 4 to 6 weeks for delivery. I think a few folks from Pittsford might be buying these tapes. I think so.
Yeah, we'll probably be big in Pittsford next year, Rick, you and I. We'll be celebrities. If we ever go down there, I'm sure I won't have to buy dinner.
You really think so?
Yeah, I know.
We're going to go down to the wrist.
To the wrist, yeah. I haven't been down there. I run an off-season basketball team for the Detroit Lions. We travel around the state of Michigan and play 30 to 35 games every winter. And gentlemen that play are current Lions, such as like Luther Ellis and Antonio London and so forth. And I've been about every small town in the state of Michigan, I thought, until I got my assignment to do this game. And I said, Pittsford, I've been to Pickford in the Upper Peninsula, but I had not been to Pittsford in the wrist yet, Rick.
So you're going to be playing down there with the Lions?
No, we're not, but I'm just pointing out I haven't been there. I'm trying to plug it. Maybe they'll do a game.
I think they will now. First down for the Lakers. Initial opening for J.T. Musselman. We talked about a lot of the talented guys coming back.
If you want to see how to defeat a veer offense, watch this guy crash right here, right down on the quarterback. If that's how you defeat the veer, you get to the mesh point, your defensive end, you crash the mesh point, and it forces the quarterback into some tough plays, sometimes either fumbles or handoffs when he doesn't want to. Here it is, another look right here. He's getting, wow. You will sleep well tonight, Mr. Maurer. He does finish the play. He gets a handoff to Musselman.
Second down for the Lakers. And Brian Maurer staggered the count a little bit that time and drew the defense offside.
We were showing you earlier how they're also inside with their nosemen. They're crabbing, which means they're coming off the ball and getting underneath at the legs of the offensive linemen, trying to create a pile, which takes in a veer. You run a trap with your one running back right over the center.
Encroachment on the defense. Still second down.
You continue to educate me, sir.
When you run the inside trap, if you can make a pile where it's supposed to go, all of a sudden that trap is not effective because it can't go through the hole. Right here, how he's crabbing low. Every time this guy is going to be doing that in there. Crabbing, time after time.
Crabbing.
Crabbing, getting low, get underneath like a little crab on all fours.
Now second down and short after the 5-yard march off. Looking long, nearly picked off. Looking for Corey Flaska, and playing it beautifully was Rob Draper. He read that like a quarterback, because of course he is.
This is going to have a hard time completing this. They're in a cover 2, which means you have safeties playing halves of the field and corners playing. Here it is right here. Let's look at this guy right here. We're talking about a crab. He gets all fours and he gets in there. Watch him go. That's what he's doing every time, creating a pile. Now you can't run the trap in there. He's taking 2 linemen to block him, and that's one of the ways you take care of the trap.
Did he get shelled?
Yes, he did, but he's doing a heck of a job.
Pop pass over the middle, deflected at the line and incomplete. Somebody got a paw up there and deflected it. And 4th down, and I would think the Lakers would go for it here.
Here we go once again. I think number 22, is that Dickey? And the linebacker gets a hand. Yeah, nice play.
It is. Kevin Dickey and Mike Bump have been so active on this defense. And because of the score and the way it happened, the Lakers have not been able to utilize Jeff Mikowski as much as a running back. And a timeout called by Pittsford.
Timeout, Pittsford.
They had, I think, some confusion on the sideline. One of the programs sponsored by the Michigan High School Athletic Association, which truly underscores the value of educational athletics, is the Scholar Athlete Award, sponsored by Farm Bureau Insurance. Over 2,500 applications are expected this year for the 24 $1,000 college scholarships, which will be presented. Applications for this year's awards are closed, with the scholarship recipients to be honored at the boys basketball finals at the Breslin Student Event Center in East Lansing in March. Now, students interested in applying for the Scholar Athlete for the 97-98 school year should contact their high school principal. And Rob Rubik, earn your keep here, partner.
This telecast is a copyrighted production of the Michigan High School Athletic Association and Past Sports. No reproduction of the pictures or accounts of this game may take place without the express written permission of the MHSAA and PASS.
Very nicely done.
I was up all night reading that, Rick, getting ready for that.
4th down. Lakers going it from their own 40. Staggered count. Fumbled. And the Wildcats come up with it.
Crash in the mesh point and the veer. That's what we're seeing. Pittsford's done a great job with their defensive ends. We're going to see right here, number 85 come right inside. Boom.
People will see the points when this is all said and done, Rob, and they'll talk about the Pittsford offense.
Right there, you're right. It's the big D for Pittsford that actually has controlled this game even more than their offense.
They have allowed 50 total yards, 5-0.
5 turnovers now, is that, I believe, for... and I tell you what, these are not cheap turnovers you're seeing. These aren't ones that people just run down the field and drop. They're getting hit, and they're forcing the fumbles.
Here's the toss. This is Andy Town, the sophomore we mentioned. Now Salazar might be done for the afternoon.
And I think that's a credit to Coach Clement right there, up 47-0. Get some more kids into the game, give them a little bit of playing time, get a chance that they can tell their kids someday when they're older that they played at the Dome Room with the MVP.
Yes. It'll get a little better each year.
Here's an ISO right here, the little toss pitch, cuts it up. Gets a hand, I think it's Noonan got a hand on him and Dunlap cleans up. But like I tell my wife, that 10 years from now I'll be all pro, 20 years from now I've been in the Hall of Fame because no one will remember when I played. The older I get, the better I get.
Holding penalty against the Wildcats have got some new bodies out there. Andy Town in the backfield now with Joe Laws. Rob Draper, senior quarterback, still calling the snaps. And he'll give it to Laws off the right side. The Lakers pile him up.
Yeah, I'm getting heckled up here now. We got Dan, our spotter, just put a big card on my face. He said, "You played?" with a question mark. Here, I'll show you.
How soon they forget.
Here, look at my knees. There you go.
My goodness. Nasty looking. So are the scars.
Okay.
Second down and long for the Lakers. Make that the Wildcats of Pittsford. Toss to Andy Town. And he's bumped out hard at the sideline.
There's that toss sweep again, getting the three linemen out in front, but also nice job by number 1, Nick Grabowski, leading stock blocking once again.
Andy Town, number 9 there, ran for over 500 yards as a sophomore this year, 8 yards a carry, and 4 scores for that young man.
Here it is, just a toss. Once again, they're getting all 3 of their linemen out. There's Bump running right with Town. But look at number 1 right there at the top of your screen, stock blocking. For a sophomore, I never realized Grabowski was a sophomore. I didn't do my homework as well as you, Rick, but he's going to be a tremendous player for Pittsford.
And whistle blows on 3rd and long.
What are you going to do?
I think this is on the offense, but I'm not sure. Why don't we listen to the man who knows, Richard Hammond from St. John's.
Dead ball, false start on the offense, 5-yard penalty.
He's got that battery fixed on the microphone. You wonder what Gordon Josma does up here? Who do you think took the fresh battery down to the official?
Gordon.
He did.
Incredible. He is definitely underpaid.
He also brought him some seasoning for his post-game lunch. He took a salt and battery down to him.
Got a whole nother quarter I listen to this. That's his...
3rd down. Over the middle. Caught by Josh Moore. Very close to a first down. Moore, 206-pound senior, and he looks bigger than that. Finally brought down by Kurt Kolensky.
There's another look at Draper straight in the pocket. Moore, the tight end, going down the middle of the field. Maurer just kind of sits back and waits on instead of breaking on the ball. He may have been able to break it up. Here's a close-up of Draper. Good fundamentals. Ball high, tight to the head. That's what you like to see a quarterback do. Here's the big tight end. Give everyone a little taste. They're spreading the wealth a little bit, giving all the kids a taste of the football today. They really do use their whole offensive package well.
4th down play, busting through his Laws. And he rambles down to the 17. You know, some folks may see that, gee, 4th down, why did you go for it? On the opposing team's 31, it'd be more of an insult if you didn't go for it, if you punted or something from the 30.
Right. Well, I think that's the end of our quarter, Rick. We got a score of 47-0. Pittsford Wildcats on top. You're watching the MHSAA on Pass. Back from the Pontiac Silverdome after 3 quarters, Pittsford
continues just to have everything happen the way they had hoped.
Yeah, right now Pittsford is actually approaching maybe a possibility of an all-class record, Rick. They get another touchdown here. I think the record is 50 points held by Belding in Crystal Falls Forest Park.
And you know what I like during the timeout, Rob? The Glen Lake Marching Band struck up the fight song, and the fans are standing and clapping and letting the guys know. You know how they feel on the sideline right now, but they're still behind them. Salazar back in on first down, and a flag comes in. We might have another holding violation.
Right now, I think Maple City Glen Lake is hoping to get a clip. It's going to be a 15-yard personal foul infraction. Maple City Glen Lake, I think, hoping right now that Pittsford will keep the ball on the ground. I think you will see them do a little bit more. Coach Clement threw it towards the end of the third quarter, but it's still the third quarter, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I think for the fourth quarter here, Pittsford will probably keep the ball on the ground.
Marchoff moves it back outside the 30. In case you're joining us, Rob Draper, the senior quarterback of Pittsford, already established a new Double D championship game record in passing, and he did that midway through the second quarter. Off the right side, Mr. Salazar gets just a couple.
Ball carrier, number 15.
Nick Salazar. You know, you heard us mention Andy Town and Nick Grabowski. Both Andy Town and Grabowski, their fathers played for Coach Clement at Pittsford.
Really? I didn't think Coach Clement looked that old when I was on the sideline. He must...
Well, he said he started very young in coaching, at 13.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, though, you looked at Harrison yesterday, and what creates a good program is how many brothers they had and fathers that have been through that program, too. You get that good bloodline.
Draper to the air for Grabowski, deflected and nearly picked off. Pretty good coverage that time by the Lakers.
Nice play by Jeff Mikowski, number 22. Still fighting hard. The Glen Lake kids are still in there digging and scrapping. Here's a look at Grabowski going on sideline, just running the deep fade pattern. Maurer with the coverage does a nice job of looking in. Oh, look at Grabowski, makes an athletic effort for it. Here's another look at Draper's ball. I really like what I see in Grabowski, how he goes for the ball. When the ball's in the air, you always teach your receivers that it's yours. I don't care where it goes, it's your ball. You got to go and get it, and he shows that ability.
Third and long. This is Joe Laws getting nowhere. Mike Dunlop.
The law was laid down there, wasn't it, Rick?
Or Nick Dunlap, correction.
I think the law was laid down a little bit.
Court adjourned.
I hate having to say my lines twice, though.
That's right, I know that.
Rick's not too quick, so sometimes I got to repeat them.
You missed the faux pas one in the first half, so we're even. Fourth down from the 31. Splitting out wide to the left is Brock Willett. He will look for Willett into the end zone, and Brock's got it! No, he's out of bounds. He caught it out of bounds.
He either caught it out of bounds or he went out of bounds and came back in. I'm not sure. I think the official meant to throw his beanbag instead of his flag.
Brock Willett made a nice catch on a perfectly thrown ball, but let's watch it.
Okay, we're going to get another look. I'm not sure if we're going to get a look at it. We're going to see the catch.
Well, he's clearly in the end zone.
Yeah, but I think what the official called is that he went out of bounds prior to that and came back in.
Defensive pass interference, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Defensive interference.
Oh, okay, I saw him signaling, pushing his hands. I thought he was pushing it, he went out of bounds. What he was signaling was for the pass interference call.
I don't know if we can. Just the first foot in.
But obviously he called him out of bounds too because of his defensive pass interference.
When he bumped him,
caught the ball, should have been a touchdown.
When he bumped him out of bounds, right? And maybe, in any case, it's a first down. And Laws spins away, loses the football, I believe. But as everything else has happened for the Wildcats today, they recover.
Things are going their way for the blue and white Wildcats. The ball hits the ground now. It seems to come back to them every time today. That's what the third one that they fumble, but they recover. Here it is, Draper to Laws. Big Joe running inside. Dunlap comes from the defensive end, strips him. Looks like Glen Lake has a good opportunity. I can't see who got on it, but they retain the ball, 2nd and 5.
Give to Salazar, who is wrapped up right at the line of scrimmage by guess who? Nick Dunlap.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, our people in the booth up here are swamis. They're foreseers, because he just told me that Dunlap has had a strong game. And that play, we'll get another look at. I'm sure we're going to get a good replay of it so we can make him look good downstairs. But number 87, the big fella, the 255-pounder for Glen Lake, has made a lot of plays. He's still playing hard, and it's really impressive from his defensive end spot. Time after time, this kid is lined up and he's come to fight.
A whole new unit here for the Wildcats. Josh Hartman is the quarterback. Andy Town in the backfield, along with Laws.
Flag on the flag.
And let's check out the flag.
Dead ball. Encroachment.
Greg,
On defense.
Greg
After distance
Shawinski is in
control.
there. Mike
First down.
Nash also for the Wildcats. Good job by Pittsford coaching staff getting everybody out there. Joe Woodruff, Glen Lake's been doing that slowly here in this half. They'll expand on that. Josh Moore out there. Give off the right side to Town, who is knocked down with little, if any, gain. Adam Stockford also out there for Pittsford.
We see more substitutions coming in for Pittsford. Coach Clements to be commended. I mean, there's still 8 minutes in the game, and he's bringing in all the troops. You know he's subbing, Rick, when I see a lot of guys running in that look about your size.
Jim Gallipo also out there for Pittsford. I heard that.
A lot of those Smurf wannabes coming in. The shorter kids, these young kids.
Here's to give to Town, and Town gets only a couple. Remember, this Glen Lake defense had not given up a single rushing touchdown in the entire regular season. Mike Knox also out there for Pittsford. We'll see here Andy Town on the carry.
Good job by the Glen Lake defense converging on the ball. We have another stat just handed. The Glen Lake offense has only had 1 first down since the first quarter. That's incredible. What a job with the big D of the blue and white.
3rd and goal from just outside the 2, and Andy Town will not even get back to the line of scrimmage. Good surge defensively by the Lakers, showing their pride.
But you know what Coach Clements done here, I think, is what the high school football is all about. Here's a replay. We see that Joe Law's leading, Town trying to get in. But I would say right now that he has probably 7 or 8 backups on his offense. What enables him to do is still run his plays, but it makes it more difficult to score because you have the kids that haven't played as much. So it also might keep the score down a little bit. It's a good way that you can still play the game without running it up or trying to show anyone up. And that's what it's all about, sportsmanship.
4th and goal from the 3. Town on the quick opener did not get in. Well, give some credit to the Glen Lake Lakers. They held him out of the end zone. And that one was just for pride, Rob.
Yep. Kids are fighting hard, and they're to be commended. And the coaching staff, I see down at Glen Lake, they're coaching just as hard right now with 5 minutes or 6 minutes in the game and a 47-0 score as they were in the first quarter.
And they're congratulating some of the guys coming off the field, saying, okay, we don't stop playing here, regardless of the scoreboard.
Because they've been on the other end of a lot of these type of games, 47-0, where they've had to 47. So it's a chance for them and their kids to build some character, how to stick at it and keep fighting. It's going to help them in the long run down the road.
From the 1, Maurer will look for an opening and jump out to the 5. Nice little job of sidestepping there by sophomore Brian Maurer. It's the 5th possession of this half for the Lakers. Remember, we're held to 37 total yards in the first half. They've been held to now 19 in the second half. On the option, pitching to the trailing back, Mikowski. This could be a 95-yard touchdown run. But look who catches him at the 10.
I think that was number 80. That was Brock Wallet for Glen Lake. I mean for Pittsford, a substitute. Brock Willett. And number 80 showed some speed. When you got Brock did not start the game, I don't believe. But yet he came in as a substitute and shows that kind of speed. There's Mikowski going down the sidelines, trying to. This is good. I really would like to see Glen Lake score here and avoid the shutout.
On that one run of 87 yards, that surpassed their total offense for the rest of the game.
I think that's what they're looking to do coming into this game, but with the defense at Pittsford, they haven't been able to.
Option right, and a little confusion there. The running backs go left, and you're running option right. I don't like your chances for success. Actually,
that was trap. When he does the spin, the quarterback, when he does the complete spin around right behind the center, he's looking to give it to the trap. It's supposed to be a trap going to the right. And we could see which one of the guards, I think that the left guard was pulling.
Well, he was trapped all right.
Yeah. Let's take a look. Let me get a look at it here. We're going to see right here. You see the guard pulling, and it would be the left halfback, Mikowski, was supposed to run the trap, but he didn't do it. He went the wrong way. There it is.
There's the trap up the middle. This is Sonny Aylesworth. And Sonny, he's a junior running back that averages 7 yards a carry this year. And Sonny, nice pick up there to about the 9-yard line. Call it third down.
I really like to see Glen Lake put some points on the board, even if they have to kick a field goal.
Third and goal. Garvin Wright. See the record-setting run by Mikowski. Quick pop pass over here to Flaska. Got to the 1. It'll be 4th and goal from the 1. And we already saw defensively one for pride for the Glen Lake. And now they're going to try to do it on the offensive end on 4th and 1.
Yeah, and once again, there was Corey Flaska. He caught the slant. And he showed, we got to see him in the first half, I think once or twice catch the slant. And that time, the 135-pound juniors, a little bit slight of build, did a nice job after the catch, making some moves, making some people miss.
4th and goal from the 1. Maurer staggers the count and then asks for time. He tried to draw the defense up. He got him leaning.
Yeah, I suppose he's trying to get him jump off, but you're only on the 1-yard line. It's going to only pick you up and net you about a half a yard because it's only going to be half the distance to the goal.
We'll come back with this 4th down and 1 play, and this is the MHSAA Championship Network.
The MHSAA On Pass is presented by Farm Bureau Insurance, proud sponsor of the MHSAA Scholar Athlete Award, and by the United Dairy Industry of Michigan, promoting healthy eating habits through the Sports Nutrition Award Program, and by Triple S Fabrications.
Just 2 minutes and 40 seconds left in the Class Double D Championship game, which will go back to Pittsford with the Wildcats. But right now, the Glen Lake Lakers trying to get on the scoreboard on 4th and 1.
This is the game within the game right here. Trying to avoid the shutout, 47-0, 4th down and goal.
Give to the dieback, Mikowski, who gets in. Fitting that Mikowski took it in. His 86-yard run, setting a new Double D Championship game record, got him down into scoring position, and Jeff takes it across his 14th touchdown of the season.
Just outside veer, he's reading the defensive end. He wasn't there, so he just gives it. He has the option to give it or keep it. That time the give was there. 1-yard touchdown run.
Jason Werfel will attempt the extra point. Corey Flaska will hold. Snap, and the kick is good. So 47-7 the count. And we'll come back with a kickoff because this is the MHSAA Championship Network.
Come home to the Hilton Suites of Auburn Hills and enjoy the peaceful, quiet elegance and the warmth of our cozy lobby. You'll feel right at home within the confines of a large living room, a separate bedroom with a king-size bed, plus other comfortable amenities. Be it business or pleasure, come home to the Hilton Suites of Auburn Hills, located across from the Pontiac Silverdome.
Satisfaction guaranteed. That's what you get when you stay at the Drury Inn, home of the free quick start breakfast, pastries, coffee, juices, and more. At Drury Inn, your comfort is important. That's why we offer a variety of amenities. We're your home away from home, conveniently located near the action of the Pontiac Silverdome and the Palace of Auburn Hills. The Drury Inn welcomes the MHSAA football finals. The Drury Inn, you expect satisfaction, and you get it.
And the Pittsford coaching staff, he's not worried.
Here's a look at the touchdown. We're going to come right here. He's going to come down the line. It's going to be a read here. You're going to bring him here. But since they come inside, he just gives it to the back right here. There it is. It's a give all the way. That's outside veer, run nicely. And they're trying to accomplish this throughout the entire day. Might have an onside kick. You've got a different formation lineup for Glen Lake.
There's Coach Hollenbeck there. 6 playoff appearances. That ties a record. There's your onside kick, and it's taken by an up man at the 45. You know, we had a chance to show a quick look of Bob Clement on the far side. Great job he's done, but he's disproved Thomas Wolf, who said you can't go home. He did. He graduated from Pittsford High School, came back, and ended up teaching and coaching there himself.
And doing a wonderful job. Here's a coach. Look at Coach Hollenbeck from Maple City, Glen Lake.
And they're starting to celebrate over there. And some new fresh bodies in there for Pittsburgh. Greg Shawinski is the quarterback now. He gives it up the middle. I think it was James Gallipo on the carry. Correction, that was Otis Moyer, another sophomore. Greg Shawinski, the 5'10 junior.
I don't think you're going to see anything fancy here, Rick. Just hand the ball off, eat the clock, try to get out of here. That's 154 and running.
Well, it's good to see. I believe that every player in uniform on both sidelines has gotten into the action now. Just about, if not.
He's watching the coach tell him when to snap the ball, utilize most of the clock he can.
Again, that dive up the middle to Otis Moyer.
I'm kind of watching the Maple City Glen Lake coaches to see if they're going to try to use their timeouts, and I would like to think that they wouldn't unless they're going to use them for substitution purposes. Maybe they have some kids. They start listening to the time, you start looking down your bench, Rick, and you ask the kids, has everyone been in the game? You want to make sure every kid on your team has had an opportunity to get in the game to say that they participated in a state championship game at the Silverdome, because they may not get another chance. Even the young kids, you can't guarantee you're going to be back here.
Played on the same turf that Barry Sanders carried the ball. What an honor that is.
It's also, you see the officials will take their time getting the mark here a little bit, try to eat up much of the clock as they can.
4th down punting situation. I think Greg Stuyvesant was on that last carry there, so.
Here's a look at, we got Mr. Bowers, the big fella in the game here, number 77. Seeing his first action of the day.
280.
And I think and then some, Rick. There he is, 5'10", 280, a junior, so he'll be back. He may be the heart and soul of that defensive line next year.
Clock winding down. Good pressure. They get it away. Dancing around, looking for an opening. Chris Garvin will go down near the 17. And with 3 seconds to go, one more snap will conclude the Class Double D championship. Well, despite the one-sided score, Rob,
well, it's been entertaining.
We've seen a lot of exciting plays.
There's no question. We've seen a lot of big plays, a couple on Maple City's part, but mostly by Pittsford's offense and Pittsford's defense. Just a total effort by their whole team. They were well prepared, well coached. They played hard, and kudos are to be given to the staff at Pittsford for a fine job.
And the final snap in Class Double D will go into the line, and the Wildcats of Pittsford have won the Class Double D crown. Our coverage of the 1996 MHSAA football finals continues here on Passport tomorrow night at 7 with the Class AA finale between Wall Lake Western and Sterling Heights Stevenson. Join John Matlack and Ray Bentley tomorrow night as the best in high school championship sports coverage continues here on Pass. Your Class Double D champion is Pittsford, a 47-7 winner over Glen Lake. Now for Rob Rubik, our spotters, Dan Edwards, Steve Warner, Gordon Josma, and our production crew from TCI Cable of Oakland County. I'm Rick Berkey. So long, everybody, from the Pontiac Silverdome.